Wow, never knew I was gonna actually be like making a video like this actually. But yeah, this is a video talking about a person known as Harman Smith. Now, anyways, some people may or may not know about Harman Smith, but to summarize Harman Smith is that he is a Nintendo fanboy. And the thing is that he always thinks like Nintendo is like the more superior to like PlayStation and Xbox and all that stuff. I think. But yeah, so it's like anything that Nintendo related, he always likes anything that's Nintendo related. But if it's like something that has to do with like PlayStation or Xbox or PC even, then he automatically sees it as being bad. Like another thing, like for instance, he really doesn't like Elden Ring, which I don't think he even has played Elden Ring. I probably think, or maybe he has, but thing is that he doesn't like Elden Ring and says that it's terrible and it's like a failure and all that stuff. Hold on a second. Let's see. How popular is Elden Ring exactly? Let me find it real quickly. I wonder how popular even is Elden Ring, considering the fact that, according to Harmon's knowledge, he's saying that Elden Ring is a failure. Let's see. Elden Ring. According to this, Elden Ring has sold like a lot of copies. Like around copies are like in the millions since it sold about 3.3 point. I mean not 13.4 million copies worldwide by the end of March 2022 and 28.6 million copies by September 2024. And Harman is seriously calling that a failure, isn't he? Like I've never played Elden Ring before, but I actually will soon on this channel. I will actually try out Elden Ring. The thing is, like, Harman saying that Elden Ring is terrible is just insane. Quite delusional. Oh, what? So because Elden Ring is not a game on the Nintendo Switch and all that stuff, and apparently if it's on Nintendo Switch, then you're gonna be like, oh, Elden Ring is one of the greatest games ever made. But yeah, another thing that he just can't seem to get out of his head is Power World. Like the thing with Power World is that he keeps because of course Power World is like Pokemon is of course like well I don't want to say it's a Pokemon ripoff, but it's a Pokemon like game, and he also thinks the game is a failure as well, and just just watching some of his videos it makes me mad. It really makes me mad. Like I don't think I've ever been this mad at watching a YouTuber before, honestly, which is just insane. Don't you think about it? Like the best way to explain like Harman Smith's entire stuff, it's basically just rage bait. It's rage bait. It's literally just it was made with the intention of making a lot of people mad. Actually, like the whole thing is that look, Nintendo is good. Okay, Nintendo is good. However, the the Nintendo Switch isn't like the most dominative thing. Like hold on, let me get more. Like look, as you guys know, I own I own a Series X, a PlayStation 5, and of course a Nintendo Switch. The thing is that the Nintendo Switch, as you guys know, it's not really all that powerful compared to these other two controllers. Sure, yes, soon Switch 2 is coming out, and that's probably gonna fix the issues and all that stuff. Then again, console more like the. Then again, it probably may or may not. Who knows? But as I just stated, most of the times PlayStation and Xbox are a lot more superior, and there's certain games on there that can't run. That yeah, there's no way it can run on like lower gen consoles or like consoles with bad hardware. Well, not bad hardware. Consoles with with not as great hardware. Like the Nintendo Switch, there are some games on there there's some games on there that run really well, but then there's some games that are like ports, and they don't run as great as as they would if it was like on PlayStation and all that stuff. The whole way to summarize Harman Smith actually, it's like he thinks anything that's Nintendo is good. Anything that's not Nintendo, however, is bad. Heck, he wouldn't even went as far as one time he titled one of his videos saying that I think what was it again? Yeah, that Power World was a worse flop than Concord, which, oh god, you guys know how bad Concord was, right? It was so bad to the point where it got shut down in the game got shut down in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, need I remind you? And as everyone says, houseflies have lasted longer than this. Freaking houseflies! Not only that, but later on, the Fireworks Studios got shut down as well because the whole project costed around $4 million. Power World, on the other hand, it's still up and it's doing really well. So Harman here is really trying to say that Power World is terrible and all stuff. Like seriously, there's a lot of things that just straight up live rent free in his head. Like if it's like Power World or Astrobot or like Steam Deck or anything like that. Literally anything that is like Nintendo related and all that shit. It's just like seriously, like here's basically how I would basically pretty much summarize Harman Smith actually. So it's like Harman actually, it's like to everyone else. I usually, like I said, I'm not biased or anything. I'm not a fanboy. I usually like whatever type of thing I usually like whatever I want. Okay, I'm not just I'm not just some crazed fanboy and all that stuff. Like, look, I like certain things. However, fan bases I just really don't like. But and I might do a separate video talking about why I don't like fan bases, considering the fact that this whole video is about talking about Harman Smith actually. So basically, to Harman, it's like, oh, this is a Nintendo game. It gets a pass. Oh, another Nintendo game. This gets a pass. A Nintendo game. This gets a pass. Wait a minute. This isn't Nintendo. This is PlayStation. Fuck off. That's basically how I see Harman Smith, actually. It's rage bait, and the fact that it's like, if it's not Nintendo, then it's automatically bad to him. Which is just, it's just baffling to me. It's just baffling to me how literally he thinks like Nintendo's like the dominant force, like Nintendo can beat just basically beats like PlayStation and Xbox and all that stuff. Like, look, it's okay to be a fanboy, but you can't have delusional things about other stuff and like have absolute negativity towards the other things. Like look, if I was a PlayStation fanboy, if I like was like obsessed with like PlayStation and all that stuff, I wouldn't have like a direct grudge towards things that are from Xbox or Nintendo. That's just silly, don't you think, you guys? Plus, as I just stated, the Switch's hardware isn't all that powerful, actually. I mean, like, there's some games that I can't run on there. Another thing is that some people may remember the Switch Lite, which I don't think anyone really remembers the Switch Lite. Now that I think about it, Switch Lite is like honestly, Switch Lite kind of feels like a waste of time and money, in my opinion, because it's like Switch Lite is literally just the normal Switch, the normal handheld Switch. However, it's like you can't dock in the TV. Of course, you can't take off the controllers because the controllers literally are the whole console and all that stuff. It's like Switch Lite just basically feels like a downgrade. It's like if you have a normal Nintendo Switch or an OLED or probably Switch 2, which soon comes out, what's the fucking point of even buying a Switch Lite? Now that you think about it. For another thing that I also want to point out is that Harman Smith also has a hate towards VTubers, I think. Hold on. Yeah, I think he does have a hate towards VTubers, if I remember correctly. And it's just like I said, it's just wild to me how how all of this stuff is just like VTubers, like VTubers. I don't have a hate towards VTubers. Well, I don't think I do like VTubers, actually. Heck, soon once I try to get more money and all stuff for my channel, like when my channel gets more successful, I might actually go into the world of VTubing, actually, and like ditch the whole mask thing and adapt for like VTubing. But the whole point is that as I just said, just because it's not something for PlayStation, just because it's not something that's from Nintendo and all that stuff, doesn't mean it's terrible. Heck, he's also on this train of saying that something's woke, this is woke or anything like that. For instance, he one time said that a game that already came out, actually, but he said something like He said something like how what was it again? Right, that metaphor re fantastico. What kind of fucking name is that, honestly? But I ain't complaining. That sounds like a cool name. Metaphor re Fantazo, which was made by the same people who made Persona. He said that that game would be woke, which is just insane, honestly, insane. He also said something how God of War is terrible. He also even said that Doom Eternal is terrible as well. How can you hate Doom Eternal or that? It's just both games are well. I don't want to say they're masterpieces and all that stuff. The whole thing is that I'm not saying that if you don't like this game then it's just that it's okay to not like something or like something. However, you must have some valid reasoning or things to back up your claim. You can't just have invalid or just straight up fucking delusional things. That's exactly the problem with Harman Smith here. And as I've said, literally probably lots of times in this video, it's like in his mind, it's like in his mind, it's basically like hold on a second, let me get in his mind, it's like, oh, Nintendo, good. However, PlayStation, bad. And yes, you guys, I actually do own The Last of Us. How cool is that? Yeah, that is really cool. But the thing is that, like I said, just because this isn't from Nintendo, just because it's from Sony and all that stuff, and just because this isn't, a Switch game, that doesn't mean it's bad. I mean, a lot of people like it, but not Harman. Not Harman. Oh no. So I just said Harman always jumps on always does the whole thing. Not like that, but a funny thing is that this video was somewhat supposed to be inspired by a YouTuber known as the 90s Router video, which the 90s Router has done a video covering him, and it's also covered a whole bunch of other crazy / delusional YouTubers or anything like that. Something, I don't know, but he's done a video covering him. I'll probably leave a link to the description down below to his video if you guys actually want to see it. But the thing is that it's just insane how it doesn't matter if it's good if the thing is good or not. To Harman's mind, it's not whether the game is good or not. It's literally whether the game is Nintendo or not. For some reason, it kind of reminds me of the whole I don't know what it reminds me of actually. Like seriously, he just also, like I said, he shits on this Steam Deck saying that it's terrible and it's dead on arrival and all that stuff. Steam Deck is really amazing from what I've heard. It is really amazing. I don't have one myself, but would I like to get one? Absolutely. I would like to absolutely get a Steam Deck for myself. Honestly. But yeah, it's just that, as I stated, I've also even said in the, I think in a post where I was teasing this video, that I was going to make this video, but how that there was this VTuber known as Peeba, I think, saying how she hates did a live stream saying that she really hates the Switch 2 and all that stuff. Did I see that as rage bait? No, I don't see that as rage bait because, of course, at least in the live stream, I think she probably explained some valid reasoning and all that other stuff, and not just some dumbass stuff all like, oh, Switch 2 is terrible because it's not like PlayStation or Xbox or anything like that. No, I think she actually did have valid reasoning for why she thinks why she doesn't like the Switch 2, even though it's not out yet. But that's not. But if it was like, don't show that live stream to Harman though, because he hates VTubers, and as you know, if he sees this video, he's probably gonna crash out, man. I think he's probably gonna crash out. It just seriously, as I stated earlier, it's like if it's like not like. Yeah, it just feels like that. Like, if something's not Nintendo, then he passes it off as bad. Like, it honestly makes me laugh. It honestly makes me laugh. It honestly makes me angry to the point where it's funny. Like, the fact that this guy is just, like, let me check. How many subscribers does this guy have? Let's see. How many subscribers does this guy have exactly? Huh. Oh, he has about, 1,000. Oh crap! Let me. He has about. Let's see. 1,090. 1.94k subscribers. I wonder. I wonder why. It's probably not because he's. Well, yeah, you could say he's not as well known and all that stuff. But the thing is that there's a lot of other YouTubers that have a crap ton of subscribers that they are a bit not so well known. But like, let me look for some. For instance, we have Amir Titan, who's a Ghost of Tsushima style YouTuber. He has about 5.45k subscribers. That is interesting. I'm not sure if any of you guys are going to be able to see this honestly. So I'll just read some of them out instead. It makes crap a lot easier. There's also subs to someone known as Astracat. She has a total of 8.88k subscribers. And then there's someone like Exotic Mew. I don't think anyone really knows who Exotic Mew is, but she has like a total of 15.4k subscribers. Let's see. I'm only going for like the lower side of the lower subs the low yeah the low subscriber count YouTubers because of the fact that it's a bit too unfair if I like compare him to something that has like millions of subscribers to millions of views. There's Crystal Calico who is a oh wait, never mind, I can't do her considering the fact that she has a check mark. Starwolf Starwolf has a total of 16.7k subscribers, and let me continue scrolling down. There's someone known as Demon Blade Husky. They're not really too well known. They do a lot of all bosses related videos. They have a total of 14.6k subscribers. And there's someone known as Emmy Thor who also not as well known, but he has done some. But yeah, it's not really as well known. I think he does like Twitch streaming also. But he has a total of 20.9k subscribers. Oh, not only that, but did you know that Erica Lindback has her own fucking YouTube account as well? You know how many subscribers she has there? Actually, do you know how many subscribers does she have there? Let's see. She has a grand total of 2.09k subscribers. Yep, this is just wild. It is wild to me that someone who is barely even classified as a YouTuber has more subscribers than Harman Smith. You want to know why most of these people have more subscribers than Harman Smith? It's because they're not like Harman Smith. They aren't insane or like they aren't like delusional or like all Nintendo good or Nintendo good, Sony bad or anything like that. Like I said, it's okay to have your own opinions. However, you need to have some valid reasoning to back up your claims because it's like if you don't have valid reasoning to back up your claims and just come up with just absolute nonsense as the reasonings, it's not gonna work well. And at points you can pretty much get cooked in the comments for it, and you would get cooked in the comments from it, and some people might see it as like being rage bait because well it typically is rage bait. Huh. And also, as I just stated, the 90s router. The 90s router has a total of 10.5k subscribers. And the 90s router, he is really great. He's a really good YouTuber, honestly. Like I said, you guys might want to subscribe to him, I guess. But yeah, he's really cool. He's a really cool guy. And like I said, my whole video was inspired by his video of him covering Harman Smith, actually. I'll probably leave a link in the video if I can. But to summarize all of Harman Smith, it's basically that, to Harman Smith's eyes, it's, anything that's Nintendo related it's good. It's good to him. If it's something that's like, not Nintendo related, if it's something that's like from like, Sony or Xbox, then it's bad. Even if it's PC, because for some reason he thinks that PC gaming is dead and all that stuff, and like, the Switch is like, the superior console. That's also delusional as hell. It's like, like look, Switch is alright. The Switch is good. The Switch, I'm not saying Switch is terrible, but it's like the problem with the Switch is that so there's some games where it's not able to run properly and have, it's not going to be able to run games like, as properly when you compare it to try to run it in, a PlayStation or Xbox because, well, they have better hardware. and like yeah. Another thing is that, well, technically, this isn't really a thing, so why, but another thing is that pretty much PlayStation does have, the whole, it has PlayStation controller. Yeah, in my opinion, the PlayStation controller is my favorite, mainly because of the fact that it's kind of cool how it has stuff like, the haptic feedback, and then the adaptive triggers where the triggers can get stiff on certain moments. Well, it only works on certain games, that is. Oh. Another thing, well, yeah. Another thing is that what was it again? Frick, I almost forgot. Yeah, and like I said, soon the Switch 2 is gonna soon come out, and probably it might fix the problems with it having not as good hardware. But even then, it's probably not gonna still be not as powerful to match up with Xbox and PlayStation. But then again, this might age like milk. Honestly, this not saying it might actually age like milk. Honestly. But the whole point I'm trying to make here is that if Harman Smith, if you're watching this, the whole point I'm trying to make here is that just because it's not Nintendo doesn't mean the thing is bad. Like, look, Astrobot, the Steam Deck, Elden Ring, as well as Power World, they're all good. They are all incredibly good games. I've only played Power World. I'm still looking to get a Steam Deck and still thinking of trying to get Astrobot and Elden Ring. But the thing is that they're all good. Okay, they're all really good. It's not like it's just because there's no Switch port to it or anything like that. It doesn't mean it makes it automatically makes it bad. But yeah, basically, this whole discussion is yeah. I just look. This video was unscripted, by the way, so it's not it's not all that easy for me to do all this stuff. Not to mention the fact that I'm also autistic as well, so it makes things a lot harder. I'm not sure if I did reveal that I'm autistic, but I may be. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't, but yeah. And as I just stated, the '90s router did. This whole video was inspired by the '90s routers video on Harman Smith. And the best way I could say is that his video is like way, way better than mine. Honestly, of course, it's gonna be way better than mine. Actually, it's a more experienced YouTuber versus me, who doesn't know all that experience. For crying out loud, I don't have a camera to record my gameplay. The way I do that is putting my camera in front of the TV and then playing it out while I move my chair somewhere where you guys can't see me. And if it's like Xbox, considering the fact that my controller is short, I try to, going into a distance where I'm able to, reach the thing. But, but pretty much what we learned here is that there's a lot of good things. There's like a lot of good games all over the place and all stuff. Like the Switch, it's good. PlayStation is good. Xbox is good. I'm not an insane fanboy. I'm just neutral on every single one. I honestly like them equally. The whole console wars thing is like kind of ridiculous when you think about it, considering the fact that there's a lot of games that can mostly be played on the PC, unless if it's Nintendo games. But then there's emulators for that, which apparently Nintendo is of course taking out emulators and all that shit. But yeah, the whole point that I was trying to make here is that just because something is not what you want, or just because it didn't come out, yeah, what I meant to say is just because it's not Nintendo related, just because it didn't came out on a Nintendo, that doesn't mean it's automatically bad. Or if it's something that is somewhat related to Nintendo, for instance, the Steam Deck as well as Power World, that doesn't mean it's also bad as well. Seriously, there's a lot of things that just basically live rent free in Harman's head right now. They're basically literally like the equivalent of the whole I think the Dun TDM versus KSI controversy, and how apparently a lot of people are saying that basically Dan is basically living rent free in KSI's head and all stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much how I see it, honestly. The whole point is that I'm not insane or delusional. I like anything the same and or equally. Actually, it's like, do I really care about the console wars and all stuff? No, absolutely not. I really don't. I'm not really a PC gamer. However, I don't know actually, honestly, yeah. But yeah, I'm not really all into the whole console wars craze, like like saying, oh, PlayStation's better or oh, Xbox is better and all that stuff. But no, I'm not. I'm not into that stuff. Okay, I'm not really into the console wars, and I'm not, like it's okay to be a fanboy. It's okay to be a fanboy, but it's not okay to be a fanboy and just being so overly, over obsessed with, the thing and oh, dang it. It doesn't mean you need to be so overly obsessed with a certain thing and just, shit on everything that's not related to it. That it's just insane. It's just wild. It's delusional, and that's how you're not gonna get fans. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, this is my first video where I try to, talk about a terrible YouTuber and all that stuff. And yeah, honestly, it kind of sucks because it's like I said, Nintendo's good. It's just that sometimes there's some fans out there that are just absolutely crazed or deluded to certain things and just sees everything else as being bad. Harman Smith is one of them, actually, considering the fact that most of his videos is most of the videos are like praising Nintendo and all stuff, and something does not come out of Nintendo or if it's not related to Nintendo at all, then he automatically sees it as being bad, even if it's an actually good game. Like I just said, Last of Us, like I was using like the like look like how when I was doing the whole example of what Harman Smith thinks. As you can see, Last of Us, it's a really good game. It's a really good game. But Harman's eyes is probably not, considering the fact that it's for the PlayStation and it's made by Sony and Naughty Dog. But yeah, anyways, you guys, that'll be all for this video, I guess. And I really hope you have a wonderful day, you guys. And I'll see you all in the next video. Where yeah, I'm probably gonna do a video where I try to complete more of Fort where I try to go back and once again I might do a video where I try to finish, well, not finish, I will do a video trying to play if I can I will do a video where I try to play the current Fortnite season before it ends, because it's gonna end soon and we're gonna get a heist theme season next. But yeah, anyways, you guys, yeah, that'll be all for today's video, and I'll see you all in the next video. The Ghost Gamer out.